Hey guys, Michael here. I know it's been a while since you've seen me, but I am back with another video. I have with me the xTool M1 Ultra. The cool thing about the M1 Ultra is I actually started my journey with xTool on their M1, and this is the next upgrade to that. This is actually a 4-in-1 laser engraver. When you first purchase it, it's actually a 3-in-1, and you can add an accessory to it to make it a 4-in-1 multi-tool. And today I'm going to talk to you about that accessory. This is the inkjet printer module that you can add to the M1 Ultra. Let me share with you real quick how to put the ink actually in the module itself. First you want to do is take the cap off if it's on there. So you want to take your ink module, and it comes with a little protective shield on here. What that's doing, it has a piece of rubber to keep your module from drying out. When you're not using your inkjet module for a while, go ahead and take the ink out and put this cover back on, so don't throw it away. To take it off, you're just going to put your thumb on the top of it and pull it off just like that. Make sure you don't touch the bottom part, because that's actually where the ink comes out. Now, to insert the ink into the inkjet module, the first thing you need to do is actually open the module by clicking or pressing these two buttons on the side. When you do that, this door is going to swing open just like that. The module is going to go in like you see this way. You see at the top, there's a little metal spring. That little metal spring, you're going to have to push this against it. So it's a little bit tricky to get it in there. But once you do it a couple of times, you'll get used to it, no problem. So to slide it in there, you're going to do like this, and you're going to push it against that spring, push it and push it down. Once you slide that in there, close this, and you're ready to put this inside the M1 Ultra. First thing I need to do is get the laser module out of the way. So I'm going to lift this arm up and lift up the laser module, set that off to the side. Next thing you're going to do is take your inkjet module with the ink already installed and drop it down in there, make it securely all the way down, and then close it with the arm in the back. Finally, you're going to take your little USB cable and plug it into the right-hand side. Included with the kit is a placing board along with a stack of paper. You'll peel the backing off this paper and stick it to the top of the placing board. And this little opening right here, you'll slide it on the handle of the base plate, just like that. When you're ready to print, you want to take the protective cover off the bottom of the inkjet module and put it on the placing board. Now, the ink itself is actually a water-based ink, so you have to be careful when you use it on something that can get wet, such as a coaster. If you're going to print a coaster, make sure you actually use a top coat and protect it so that when it does get wet, it will keep it from actually touching the ink and blurring it out or making it kind of wash away. Now, as far as printing goes, you can print on all kinds of things. You can print on paper, of course, because it is an inkjet printer. You can print on canvas. As you can see here, I've printed our logo on a canvas bag. You can print on clay. And of course, my favorite thing to print on is actually wood. I made a small wooden earring. I actually printed this and then cut it using the multifunctional feature inside XCS. And a couple other things I printed are, I made a piece of basswood and I printed on that. And then I also have a wooden coaster that I printed on as well. Today, I'm going to share with you the process of how to print on an item such as this using the wooden coaster, showing you that, printing on something at a different height is not an issue anymore. The inkjet actually has an autofocus feature to actually focus on the top of the material, so you don't have to just strictly print on paper. All right, this is the side I'm going to print on because this side is a little bit darker on that spot right there. So what I want to do is actually make sure this doesn't move in here. To do that, I can either use the mat that comes with the M1 Ultra, or I can actually use some painter's tape. I prefer the painter's tape methods just so I don't have to get out the mat to do this. You can take some painter's tape, making sure it's dust free, stick it on the back side, and put it down just like that. You want to make sure it doesn't move around. When it's printing, it's going to move from left to right. So if you're going to do anything like a canvas bag or something, make sure it's anchored on the left-hand side so that it doesn't drag it and push it this way. Here we are in XCS and we're looking at a blank canvas. With the M1 Ultra, because it doesn't actually have a camera, you can use an app on your phone to take a picture of what's actually inside the M1 Ultra and send it to XCS. Now that I have the material in place, I'm ready to use the Creative Space software on my phone. You want to make sure your camera is on top of the material and make sure you capture all 4 dots in the entire base plate area. Now, before I close the lid on the M1 Ultra, I want to make sure I take the cap off the ink module and put it down here in the right-hand corner. Close the lid and let's head over to XCS. And now the picture is inserted into XCS on my computer. Now I'm going to find the image that I want to use and print on this piece of wood. So I'm going to load from my computer an image. I'm going to use this family photo that we have here. Now that my image is inserted inside XCS, next thing I'm going to do is crop this picture so that it fits my piece of wood. I'm going to zoom in, and using the vector tool, I'm going to outline this piece of wood that you see here. Now I'm going to go a little bit bigger, but I'm going to work my way around this picture, or this wood here. What this is going to do is allow me to crop my picture to fit this piece of material. Click done and put this on top of my photo. Next thing I'm going to do is actually resize my photo to fit that piece of wood. So I have my shape of the wood, I have my picture. If I select them both, up here in the top you can say create mask. When you click it and hit done, so now it is cropped in the shape of the object that I had on top of that picture. And I can move it up here on top of the wood. In the top left XCS, I'm going to select inkjet printing. And when I pick the picture, as you can see, it is set to inkjet printing and the intensity is set to 60. Now that it's ready to go, I'm going to click go to process. And then the next screen is going to have a checklist of items to make sure you have set up. Over here on the right, it's making sure that I have the ink module installed. Also, read this instruction here. It lets me know, do I have this installed in the right place? And is everything ready to go? Once this checklist is complete, I can hit start. It's now asking you to press the button on the front of the M1 Ultra. Okay, that's all finished up. Taking a look at the results, I already know that I need to prep my material a little bit differently for this. This is a inkjet printer, and this material, as you can see, it has rings of the natural wood in there, and those rings are going to stand out a little bit more than I wanted them to. This is a picture of the results. As you can see the rings, you can see that little knot that I knew was going to show up. I think what I should have done is actually coat this maybe in a whitewash to give it a little bit lighter white background before I printed this. Again, this is a water-based ink, so you have to be careful with it. If you're going to use this as a coaster and put a cup on there, make sure you protect it. Otherwise, it will make the ink run, smear, and it won't look good at all when you're finished. Now, I have had some good results with different materials, and I've had bad results. So this was the cardstock card that I made, and this one actually came out really well. I tried printing on canvas. The canvas, it actually came out okay. It doesn't get a true black with the type of ink it uses. I think it uses cyan, yellow, and magenta to make the colors. So this is supposed to be all black, and it wasn't quite black. It's more like a gray. That's the closest it can get. Plus, this is on canvas, so it's not going to be true black that you can see here. Here's another version. This is actually supposed to be in black, and it's not quite there, but that's what you get with this ink. Now, one thing you want to do is trial and error is try different materials. You know, some of the things you're going to have to put a coating on, otherwise it's going to smear. Now, I tried a tile. When I first tried it, I didn't put a coating on there and it smeared right away. Now, this one, I actually sprayed it with the coating, and I need to try a little bit harder because, as you can see here, it did not work so well. It looks like the inkjet actually rubbed on it. So I probably need to find a smoother coating to put on here. Just again, trial and error to see what you can do with that. Another thing you can do is print and cut using the multi-processing mode. You can set it up where you have layers, where you have a cut layer using the laser head and a print layer using the print module. And it can do those two things one after the other. I made these earrings that you see here. It was printed first and then it was cut using the laser. Also with this other picture here, I made this one as well. This was a print and cut. Now, I printed a little bit wider than what I cut at because sometimes the print doesn't quite line up with the cut. You'll have a little bit of trial and error in playing with that inside XCS to find the right location of where things need to go so they actually line up properly when you actually do the multi-mode processing. Well, that's all I want to share with you today. How to use the inkjet module, some things about it. If you want to know more about the M1 Ultra and you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. As you know, I haven't done many videos. In fact, this is the first video I've done on the Ultra. I really like the Ultra. I just haven't got around to making videos on it. If you want to see something, let me know. There's actually a lot of videos out there, but if you want me to showcase something and show you how to do something, if I get enough comments, enough questions about something, I will definitely make a video on it. Otherwise, I will respond to your questions and comments down below. Don't forget to check out my links in the description. I have affiliate links to the xTool website. If you need to buy more material, if you need to buy a laser, go through my affiliate link, please. It actually does give me a small bump when you buy something through my affiliate link. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does encourage me and help me grow this channel and buy more material, buy more lasers so that I can showcase them for you all. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you next time.